Hi guys, welcome back. So wow, Ireland do it 22-32. Ireland take the series against New Zealand. Historic stuff, well deserved. And I think it's not too much to say Ireland are a better team than New Zealand right now. They completely outplayed them team-wise in 2 tests in a row in New Zealand. Just phenomenal stuff. New Zealand, they need to improve. Still, some individual brilliance there for sure, but as a team, nowhere near Ireland. They came back into it, good heart from New Zealand, but not good enough. So let's get into this amazing game and pick up some of the themes that I picked up. And I'd love you guys to tell me what you picked up and what next for your teams. So the start of the game, it's deja vu. Like the last 3 games actually, but particularly last week, Ireland straight into their game. They just fall into their patterns so easily. They know what they're doing. And that maul cut through New Zealand so easily all game. First of all, it's Van der Fleer with a touchdown, 0-5 straight from the off. And there's a poor penalty miss from Geordie Barrett. So it's just a shocking start for New Zealand. Perfect start again for Ireland. I mean, last week I did say about New Zealand, they ran the ball from deep too much. The Irish defence was too good and maybe they should have a kick chase game. And they definitely did that in this first half. They tried to do it, but it wasn't quite good enough, or Ireland dispelled the pressure good enough. So yeah, they definitely changed up their tactics, but it just didn't pay off in this game. Now, after 18 minutes, I actually made a little note here that it's 15 minutes of sheer possession and territory for New Zealand, but 0 points. And they had plenty of possession once again. Possession wasn't a big issue in the last 2 games they lost, but they're just not getting enough points out of it with team play. Definitely there's some individual stuff there, but not team play. Their lineouts looking creaky, the maul's looking creaky, so not great so far. I just made a note here about Johnny Sexton, who's been phenomenal. 37 years old, athletically at times, he looks 37 years old, but because he makes such good choices, so cool and calm, he gets away with it and he's very, very effective. Goodness me, he played well and some good kicking in this game. The skills from New Zealand looking a bit clunky in this first half. They're trying to move the ball but making mistakes, but they do get a penalty 3-5, so they're still in the game there. 25 minutes in, it looks like New Zealand are starting to get their attack going, but every time they do, a big play from Ireland. This time Josh Van der Fleer with a big tackle in the second half. It was Tyg Byrne with some huge plays, building the tension nicely, and then a big run for Ireland at the end of this first half. What a team try. Goodness me. The maul again, loads of great ground and brilliant handling. Sexton orchestrating the whole thing. Fantastic hands from the whole Irish backline. So clinical. Nail it. Keenan scores 3-12. Huge play. Then there's a penalty. It's a 3-15. And the game is stretched away from New Zealand in the blink of an eye. Plenty of possession for New Zealand, but they're looking frustrated already. They're looking panicky. They're making mistakes. Sometimes they're crabbing across the field looking for openings which aren't there, and Ireland are pushing up and smashing them. So, New Zealand not looking like they know what they want to do, or certainly it's not working when Ireland attack. Much more incisive, especially in this first half. Case in point, 36 minutes in, New Zealand try to run the ball from deep, which has been a problem for them. Laulala goes for a really risky offload in the tackle and just gifts Ireland a scrum. And eventually that leads to another try. The Irish backline does the rest after a really good scrum and carry from Doris. Brilliant decoys. It's Henshaw that goes over, 3:22. And what a half for Ireland, and what a half to forget for New Zealand. The difference in the teams is huge. The coaching difference in cohesion is huge. Can New Zealand come back into it? And the answer is yes. New Zealand straight back into it with a try. And it's not through fancy play, it's through going direct, which sometimes is Ireland's weakness. Ardie Savea, Beauden Barrett to the fore. Powerful, powerful stuff. And Ardie's involved loads of times in this phase of play, and he powers over. Game on. That's what they needed. The best forward in the world, getting them back into the game. But still some big plays from Ireland, keeping them in the game. Brilliant intercept from Tyg Byrne when New Zealand were building. Then a key point in the match. Porter goes upright in a tackle. Could it be a red like Ta'avo's a high tackle last week? but he's a bit lucky, is Porter, because he's falling backwards. They're saying it's not enough force, it's only a yellow. That was huge. Let me know if that was a let off, if that should have been a red. That's definitely, a big turning point in the match potentially. And Retallick can't come back on because he fails his HIA. So yeah, big moment, bit of fortune for Ireland there for sure. Then another wow moment. This time it's individual brilliance. Akira Ioane bumps one, steps another through heavy traffic to score. Looked like nothing was on. 17-22, and all of a sudden they're right back into this game. Now with 2 tries and a yellow card against Ireland, it really looks like the momentum shifting to New Zealand. They get a vital penalty though, big carry from Lowe. Kane gives away the penalty just to stretch it back out to 8 points, so that was huge. Van der Fleer and Tygburn are being absolute beasts in defence and attack, but particularly in defence. Huge kick from Sexton hits the crossbar. That was exciting stuff. And then, oh my God, another piece of individual brilliance from 2 players really. Surveyor and Jordan, they're 2 best players probably. Inside ball from Surveyor to Jordan. Jordan just goes 80 metres. It's weird. It doesn't look like he's running fast, Jordan, but he's crazy fast. What a great try. 22-25, so 3 points in it, 20 minutes to go. It looks like all the momentum is with New Zealand. Then this Irish team steps up once again with a brilliant team try. The Irish backs running those fantastic lines, gets a penalty, they go to a 5-metre maul, and New Zealand have been really vulnerable to the Irish maul. And it happens again. Really good maul setup. Herring breaks off, has a lot to do, beats 4 players. Unbelievable finish. What a huge moment. Stretches it to 10 points. And that probably is the game right there. It's just too much for New Zealand to come back at. The line speed of Ireland is pushing up. New Zealand are throwing everything against them. They're really going for it. They've got Ireland trapped in their own half. Sheck is on. Amazing break down the blind. Again from Sevilla and Jordan, who are desperately trying to get New Zealand back into this game. But Ireland are defending for their lives. Byrne forcing penalties, counter-rucks, jackals is absolutely unbelievable. And finally, Ireland force New Zealand back to their own half. They can't get anywhere. Ireland run the clock down and it is all over. Historic win. And like I said, Ireland right now are definitely a better team than New Zealand. Just phenomenal stuff. Brilliant team play and individual play. To come back from that first loss is amazing. New Zealand, just look all at sea with their coordination. There's still brilliance there for sure. Absolute flashes of brilliance. But you've got to say, Farrell crushed Foster in the coaching stakes. Is it all over for Foster? Let me know below. What impressed you about Ireland? All the comments and the players. And I'll catch you next time.